Well, hey, you guys, if you clicked on this episode, I'm sure you're curious about what exactly the topic is going to be. I mean, other than steering clear of giant plastic ball pits, what does Charles Entertainment Cheese really have to offer us when it comes to major life lessons? Well, you might be surprised. Because just for fun, I want to share 3 life lessons that Chuck E. Cheese has taught my kids and myself recently. I shared one of these on my Instagram recently, and so many people had thoughts in the comments about it. So I was like, okay, we'll kind of expand on it a little bit because let's face it, we all need helpful ways to find contentment and gratitude. And be sure to let me know your thoughts in the comments as we go along, because I'm dying to know if I'm the only one who has experienced some of these big existential realizations when I take my kids to birthday parties at places like Chuck E. Cheese. All right, lesson number 1 is the shine rubs off. Just like the massive selection of shiny, cheap prizes behind the Chuck E. Cheese counter, most purchases we make will not live up to the initial hype. And for me, even when I think back to small, cheap Amazon jewelry purchases that I've made in the last year, many of those trends are already done with. And so whether it's fancy dinners with food that is gone the next day, or jeans that you bought that are in style but next season they won't be, or a new iPhone that you bought last year but now there's 2 newer versions already out. I mean, this is the life that we live. Now, don't get me wrong. I am not mad at spending money on stuff that you need or stuff that you want. That's a part of life. But don't get so caught up in the materialism and consumerism that you lose sight of what's really important. So keep your focus on your long-term money goals that are really going to last, and make sure that you're working towards financial peace rather than financial flashiness. And so my kids, they fell into this because all they were dying for were all these cheap toys. And I told them, you guys, you're going to get them. And then that newness is going to fade very, very quickly like it always does. So it was a good lesson that I needed to know. All right, lesson number 2 is that real cheese? Because speaking of flashiness, have you ever been so underwhelmed after buying something? Maybe you debated on a shoe purchase that you saw online for a few weeks, and then they finally came in the mail and they were miserable to walk in. Or maybe you thought that your home would finally be complete once you got that nice sofa, but then when it was delivered, it just was not as comfortable as you thought it was going to be. Sometimes, again, it's just like those prizes at Chuck E. Cheese. They're going to look better than what they actually are, because let's be honest, it's all crap. It's all crap that they get, and then it's going to break 2 minutes later like it always does, or they lose it and it happens, right? So for us adults, just remember that when you're saving up for something, make sure that you research it and that you're like, okay, this is actually worth my work and my efforts, because you don't want something that's just gonna break. And don't rush into a purchase just because it seems too good to be true or you're desperate to get it, okay? So taking our time and just being realistic about all the stuff, and don't buy crap. That's the lesson. All right, before I share lesson number 3, I want to tell you about a faith-based alternative to health insurance that can make healthcare more affordable: Christian Healthcare Ministries. CHM allows members to share each other's healthcare costs, and it's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Step 1, choose the healthcare provider you want. Step 2, submit your eligible bills. And step 3, get reimbursed. CHM members take care of your eligible medical bills, and with no networks and the freedom to choose your healthcare provider, CHM is the best option for Christians who want to take care of their families and help other believers. So find out more at chministries.org/budget. All right, lesson number 3 from Chuck E. Cheese: don't miss the party. So we all remember being a kid and we were so focused on playing the games to get the points and the tickets and then to go get the prizes that sometimes you miss out on the fun that's right in front of you with friends and cake and pizza because you're just so focused on getting the stuff. Now, this lesson may sound a little cheesy at first, no pun intended, but I really believe this one with my whole heart, because the real value of taking control of your money in all the small daily habits that you have is about what you're building along the way. Because yes, I am a huge fan of paying off debt, living below your means. Yes, I believe in following a monthly budget. Yes, I believe in paying your house off early and investing in retirement. But it's the transformation and the character that you build along the way is the reason why I do what I do. Because when you really start to think about it, anything can be an idol if we're not careful. And if you're all worried about saving for your kids' college, but you're not enjoying the moments with them, then you're missing the point of all of this. And if you're so laser focused on being frugal, you forget to make generosity a priority at times, and that's robbing you of the joy that comes with that. So the life you've been given is priceless. So don't forget to be present and practice gratitude for all that you've accomplished, money-related or not. And if you're looking for more ways to teach your kids about contentment and gratitude, I have a couple of kids' books out that teach those exact lessons. One of them is called I'm Glad for What I Have, and the other one is called I'm Glad for Where I Am. So they're just adorable. I love them. So click the link below. Make sure to check it out, and I hope your family enjoys them. And make sure to check out my episode on whether or not you can practice minimalism with kids, and I think you're going to love that one. Okay, you guys, remember to take control of your money and create a life you love.